that was eventful. Never judge a book by the cover. Bunch of youths gathered outside Tesco, start asking about the bike. How fast was that, mate? How much is it? And I'm like, well, you know, costs money, like. Anyway, they start saying, oh, do you wheelie, do you this, do you that? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm not doing it here. So I just showed them a picture of wheelie school and all that. Anyway, chatting to him. Well, it drives off. And I must have left my bag unzipped at the back because my GoPro batteries just hit the deck and scattered everywhere. Next minute I know, I've got this lad chasing me down like, hey mate, this fell out your bag. And I'm like, fucking hell, tar. So they looked like they were going to stab me, but they didn't, and they were rather nice, and I just talked to them like humans. So just keep that in mind. Obviously not everyone's going to be as friendly and actually chatty and not take the piss, but they were fair decent lads. I don't know what else to talk about in this video. It was just that one experience. I was on my way back home. I'll take the long way though. Have a nice little bit of time out on the bike. Well, that's really made me have a bit more faith in the youth of today then. You've probably seen the video where I went out on a ride with Mike. I had to cut. You'll notice a few cuts in that. I'm not explaining why, but there are a few cuts. That dog's having the time of his life. Good on you, doggo. I love dogs. I've got 3 of them. I've got my first one, which was my border collie, and she's an absolute nutcase, but she's the best behaved of the bunch. Got my German Shepherd, who's like my attack dog, which she's not, because she'd get up to you and then you'd just be smothered in kisses and all that. And then my tiny one, which is my wife's purchase. Little Lola, she's just a Lola. I don't know what she is, but she's tiny. She looks a bit terrierish and a bit puggish. That's all I can say. We're thinking maybe Patterdale because she's quite fast, but then she's got like little Jack Russell traits. So to us, she's just a Lola. I really want to get out as much as possible, and I want the world to just be right so I can go camping or like just away in general. The last trip I went on wasn't even a camping trip, it was just me and Mike, and we was in venturing around Wales. We got a hostel and then we got a caravan, and every day we'd set out on a different ride, we'd map a route, we'd do it, and Mike's like a homing pigeon, so you just give him sort of directions and then we just go. There's something wrong with him because he can just memorise things. For me, I remember right, left, and now I need to look again. Whereas he's on the ball. Oh yeah, the pubs are back open. If I was a more confident person on my own, I'd go for a pint. Or I don't particularly want to walk into a pub on my bill. I mean, on the terms of drinking, I'm not really a big drinker. I can go months and months without even touching a drop, and then someone says, oh, do you want to like do this, and it involves drink, I'll be like, oh yeah. Unless mostly it's a night out in St Helens where it's a required taste to St Helens and some of the bars. I I have had nights out that I've enjoyed in St Helens, just not in recent years. And I'm a big fan of karaoke. Love a good sing song, do I? But not many places do it anymore. Not many places will be doing it for a while because germs and contamination and all. Literally putting a stick of someone else's spittle right up against your face. I don't think karaoke is something we can get away with in the new normal. Hate that phrase, the new normal. Can we not just call it weird and have done with it? Well, I think though, as of me recording this today, we can go back into Wales now. So there's all my days out sorted. See if I can manage a few meetups and all this, that and the other, just to get about. I really want a bike orientated summer. I do feel lucky sometimes that I live in somewhat of a countryside area, because there's nothing that gives me more anxiety than would be to try and navigate a city or be waiting in that much traffic, especially in a car as well. You feel so much pressure. Whereas here, if you go wrong, you just sort of either stop, turn around, or just find another way, just take the next road. It also gives me a lot of nice roads to ride on. St Helens as a whole doesn't really get congested. It seems it most times, but in comparison to like cities and stuff like that, it's just not. I used to work on the way up to Manchester, and like just taking the motorway or anything like that, even so I had to be at work for 7 o'clock and the roads were just empty. But when I was on night shifts and I had to be there for 7 PM, I had to take the bike, otherwise I wouldn't make it. I could set off at 5:15 and I still won't be there by 7 o'clock. It's ridiculous. So I had to take the bike. Hopefully, if all goes well, tomorrow I'll be doing a ride to El Cafino, which is a cafe by someone who's run by someone in the bike community, and just to show a bit of support with her being able to reopen again. But I'm going to retire to my home because my arm is starting to ache. I don't recall Tinkerbell ever saying "kiss my ass," but if she did, I've not watched that film. Right, well, I'm going to call this here because I really don't know what else to talk about. I'm an absolute brain fart. But I hope my ramblings make sense to someone and entertain some. So I am going. Ta-ra!